Hello YouTubers, this is noobifier. I love tech and gear, and you probably do as well. I love using and testing gear to identify strengths and weak points. Testing very bad or very good products is actually super easy compared to testing good or great products because it's either so poor that it belongs in the garbage or so well built that it does exactly what you would expect it to. No surprises. So when testing, it's important to choose based on value and intended purpose. Purpose is super easy for a gaming chair. You sit in it, it's comfortable, and when you leave that chair after 30 minutes or 24 hours, you should walk away in about the same condition as when you arrived, or ideally, possibly even better rested. That sounds really simple, but having tested many gaming chairs and even some upper-end office chairs, it's possible to find a lemon or actually a real gem. So today we're going to talk about EWIN, and if you're on social media, you may have seen them before. They're a very popular brand, so I expect that many of you have heard of them before or even already own one. If you do, it's critical that you comment your comments in the comments about your actual experience, either positive or negative. Testimonials reinforce the video and offer the community a better tool to choose with. For you longtime watchers, you'll remember that when I upgraded the studio a couple years ago, I purchased a large central table to work from. That needed chairs, and the idea of spending $2,000 or $3,000 wasn't remotely close to being in the budget. I opted to get some pretty low-priced chairs at around the $150 mark. They've lasted and they're still around, but they've been strategically replaced over the years. It is great though that they survived, but that also tells you what my expectations were. Pretty low. They did everything fine. They roll okay, they're comfortable, but there is free play in the base and it moves around a bit. That free play is clicky and it doesn't inspire confidence in the quality. But it's fine if you consider the original cost. You get what you pay for. So when you step up to the $300 range, your expectations should go up as well, and I can tell you after having used some chairs in the $1,000 or $2,000 range, my expectations were pretty high for this review. The EWIN Night Series is what I'm talking about, and they vary in price, which fluctuates around $200 to $400 depending on the sales and where you buy it from. I actually wish that this product was available years ago when I bought the others, and I will explain why. First, packaging isn't usually mentioned in most of my videos, providing the product arrives at my door in perfect condition. The packaging is great. The only time I would discuss in greater detail is when it fails shipping, by being breached and small parts are missing. EWIN does a great job preparing for shipping. It's double boxed and the parts are separated by foam, it's double taped on the corners, and overall gave me confidence that I would assemble without needing to do a detailed inspection. I did one for the review anyways, and I noticed no anomalies, bumps, or scratches. All of the stitching was symmetrical and precise. The padded parts were uniform visually and by touch, even the larger rear panel, which is a hard place to hide defects, and it looked great. Before I get into the actual parts, I want to acknowledge a bit of a meme throughout the community that all gaming chairs, regardless of brand, are the same with slight variations from the same manufacturer with different stickers or markings. In doing some research, many of the chairs do indeed come from the same place, but the parent brand, which is basically the company that you're buying the chair from, can elect to change or dictate the quality of the parts used. So I compared the wheels, pistons, main articulating support plate, and the hardware. I was happy to see that EWIN opted to get the higher quality parts throughout. The care was evident to stand out from the other brands. Some things that I noticed were the mounting hardware, which is the bolts and washers. They don't stick to magnets, which means that they're stainless steel. They even included assembly gloves, which may seem silly until you actually assemble your new chair. Some of the parts have light oil in places, and just by looking at the gloves after you're done with them, you're going to appreciate that they were included. This theme is carried out to the 5-leg support, which includes a metal reinforced ring. The casters click in and remain confidently in place. They're secured, but are easily removed if you decide to upgrade them in the future. They do not include a locking mechanism, which is important to note if you plan to use this for sim. Trying to use pedals with this chair without wheel locks will be practically impossible. The armrests have a vertical adjustment and can be placed wide or narrow by repositioning them below. All threads connect to metal and not plastic. The central support has clearly labeled controls on the right side, and that's easy to reach and easy to use. The gas piston on mine has never mysteriously released for no reason in the 3 weeks that I've been testing it. Like other chairs, you can move that lever and release a tilt back if you decide to put up your feet and lean back. And then you can also use it like a rocking chair or lock it upright. There's a second lever that will let you incline the back support. It can go slightly negative from vertical and all the way back into the uncomfortably flat territory. If you're careful to balance your weight, it's reasonable to use the chair to take a quick rest, perhaps between raids or when waiting for party members to join. There are 2 included pillows at the neck and the lumbar. The neck one is nice, and I ended up using it a little bit higher to support the back of my head instead. It's very comfortable. The lumbar pillow is quickly removable, and I found the chair was actually better without it, but that's up to your personal taste. This brings us to comfort. I'm 5'10", 200 pounds, and as I said, this has been my daily chair for the last 3 weeks. I do all of my scripting, networking, watching content, and research from this chair. It's firm and supportive in a good way. I didn't stick to the chair, and I also didn't slide around. It rolls freely, even on the tiles in my studio. None of the parts make creaking noises when in use, and there's very little free play in any of the adjustments. I approached this review with normal expectations and left it impressed and willing to endorse it to others. There's usually a promo code in the description of videos like this, and this is no different. That's if you're in the market for a new chair, it can give you a discount. Many of us are spending many more hours seated either at home or at work. If you have been and or are sitting on garbage now, why not consider investing in your future? I've tested other unique chair offerings from others at higher price points. I'm not saying that they don't have a place in the chair market, but we all know that price point and value are key considerations. So the EWIN chair then provides much more than its price point would indicate, and I'm actually considering replacing my older chairs from 3 years ago with it next week. And that brings us to the end. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. I try to make information entertaining and unique. If you got something out of the video, or if you know of someone that might be in the market for a new chair, please share this video with them. Please contact me directly or in the comments if you have questions or opinions. I'm always willing to duke it out. Sit safe and fly comfortable.